What's up, CrossFit Palm Beach? This is Andrew. I wanted to try something new today. Pretty much every day that I'm in the gym, I'm getting questions from you guys. Questions all across the board. I'm getting questions about training, questions about nutrition, injuries, technique, all kinds of things. And I realize over time, as I'm starting to get a lot of the same questions over and over again, that there's a lot of you guys that are not getting this information. Even if I talk to 10 individual people throughout the day, there's still hundreds of you that are not hearing this information, and some of you may not be able to catch me in the gym. Others just may forget to ask or be afraid to ask. So I want to have a way of broadcasting some of the most common questions out to you guys and really helping you guys out as best as I can. So if you like this show, you find it helpful, let me know. You can shoot me an email at andrew@crossfitpalmbeach.com. You can also submit questions for future shows. And if you guys don't like the show, you're not finding value out of it, let me know that as well. Maybe this will be the only show that we do. But would love to help you guys out and keep answering your questions. So if you have some questions, feel free to shoot me an email and we'll make this a regular thing. So let's get into the very first question. One of the questions I've been receiving a lot lately is in regards to post-workout nutrition, and specifically what should I be eating after my workouts, or what supplements, if any, should I be taking after my workouts. And it seems like a lot lately when I get this question, it's brought up because people are seeing other people in the gym taking certain supplements or post-workout shakes, and a lot of them feel like they might be missing out on something. So that's something that we're going to address today. As kind of an overarching theme, regardless of who you are and what your goals are, the post-workout window, that the first 1 to 2 hours after your workout, is the best time in your day to have the most carbohydrates in those in that shake or that post-workout meal that you're going to have. Reason being is that workout is going to do a couple things. One, it's going to deplete your glycogen, your glucose that's stored up, and by having more carbohydrates, you're going to be able to refill those glucose stores. Secondly, the workout's going to help improve your insulin sensitivity, so that a couple hours after your workout, when you have those carbohydrates, that's actually the best time to have them, because they're less likely to be stored as fat, and they're more than likely to be used to be shuttled to the muscles to help you recover during that window. So as a general theme for everybody, regardless of who you are, you want to have the most carbohydrates in your post-workout meal, you want to have a good amount of protein, and actually you want to back off the fat and have little to no fat in that post-workout meal or two. So let's talk about a few potential scenarios we have. First one is our everyday CrossFitter, someone who's coming 3 to 5 days a week. Their number one goal is fat loss. So this is probably the majority of our members. And a lot of these members are either already taking something or are wondering if they should take something. And my answer to that would be no. If your number one goal is fat loss, you really want to just focus on real food and keeping things as simple as possible. So supplements really aren't necessary in this situation. What I would just do is to stick with a protein and carb meal after your workout. You could have grilled chicken with sweet potato, you can have lean ground beef with rice, something like that. That's really simple within an hour of your workout. I did put BCAAs on here. That's branched chain amino acids. If you are someone who really wants to expedite that recovery process a little bit faster, you want to build a little bit of muscle, or you're just having trouble getting that meal in within an hour of your workout, maybe it's 2 hours before you can eat a real meal, you might want to consider something like branched chain amino acids with a little bit of carbohydrates, either like a Vita Coco or a Fit Aid or something like that, as a simple way to get some carbs and some branched chain amino acids, which will help with the muscle building. All right, so that's scenario one. Scenario two is our everyday CrossFitter, but instead of fat loss, they're looking to put on a little bit of muscle. They're looking to tone up, they're looking to get stronger, and that's their primary goal. So for this person, I would recommend some kind of a supplement, a little bit of a shake after your workouts. You can do a couple options in terms of proteins. You can do a whey protein, a collagen protein. Both of those we sell in the gym. There are other good protein options out there. We just like those because they're simple and they're proven to be effective. And if you want to add BCAAs into the mix with those or instead of those, you could. But the key here now is you want to get a good amount of carbohydrates in that. So You could do a whey protein with some juice. You could do collagen with coconut water, something like that, where you're getting some protein and some carbs. And then you can still do that same protein and carbohydrate meal within an hour or two after your workout. So you're actually going to do both the shake and the meal because your goal is to put on a little weight, and that's a great time that those carbohydrates, those calories, are going to be used to refill the muscles and add muscle rather than to add fat. All right, and then scenario number 3 is someone who's a competitive CrossFitter, or maybe not even a competitive CrossFitter, but someone who's just super active. They're committed to CrossFit 5 days a week, they're running on their own, and their number one goal is performance, all right? Their body composition's already pretty good, but they really want to just get better. They want to improve their run times, they want to improve their WOD times, they want to get stronger, and they're doing a lot of activity. So for this person, we really want to dial in those protein and carbohydrate numbers and try to get specific with those as possible. So what we're shooting for is 20 to 30 grams of protein and 50 to 75 grams of carbs immediately after your workout, all right? Ideally, that's in shake form because it's going to enable you to be more consistent with it and stick to it. So you can do 30 grams of a whey protein mixed with a smoothie where you have some juice. You could add in some rice, right? Ideally, we want this carbohydrate to be simple carbs, something that's going to be absorbed very quickly, all right? You can even go the way of having some donuts or something like that, but the main thing is you want to keep the fat low. So it's okay to go a little off track in that post-workout meal because it's less likely to be stored as fat, but we want to make sure that we're getting a good amount of carbs with a low amount of fat. And then we can also, similar to this person, add a protein and carbohydrate meal shortly after that as well. But we really want to focus on immediately after that workout, getting some protein, getting some carbs, and starting that recovery process.